previous two episodes of this series, I discussed what trademarks and service marks are, clearance basics, and issues to consider when developing ideas for a protectable band or stage name. In this final episode, I'm going to discuss how one acquires rights in a mark and the benefits of registering that mark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. As in the previous episodes, because the same basic body of law applies to trademarks and service marks, I'm going to refer to them both simply as trademarks or marks. Under U.S. law, one obtains rights in a particular mark based on actual use of that mark in commerce. Federal registration is not mandatory. However, federal registration does provide several valuable benefits. These include the ability to use the familiar circle R symbol in conjunction with the mark, which provides constructive notice that the mark's owner is claiming rights in that mark. Another major benefit of federal registration is nationwide priority in the mark, which provides very broad geographic protection. Federal registration also provides a registrant with the opportunity to apply to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for incontestability status, assuming that that mark is used continuously for 5 years. Essentially, incontestability makes it more difficult for someone to challenge a mark by prohibiting the argument that the mark is confusingly similar to another mark, that the mark is functional, or that it lacks secondary meaning in the minds of consumers. However, incontestability status does not mean that a mark cannot be attacked on any grounds. Federal registration also conveys federal court jurisdiction, which sometimes can be difficult to establish for non-registered marks. Although litigation is never a pleasant thought, the unfortunate reality is trademark infringement does occur, and registration can help make it easier to file suit in federal court to enforce rights in a mark. Also in the infringement suit context, federal registration also creates a legal presumption of a mark's validity, which eases a plaintiff's burden for establishing an infringement claim. And speaking of infringement claims, under certain circumstances, the owner of a federally registered mark might be able to recover enhanced damages in a successful infringement suit. There certainly are other benefits to federal registration, but these are among the most significant. It's important to understand that some benefits of federal registration only apply to marks registered on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office's principal register, and not those on the supplemental register, which is a secondary list of marks that are not capable, or at least not currently capable, of registration on the principal register. It's really beyond the scope of this video to discuss the supplemental register in detail, but I will mention that supplemental registration conveys some benefits and should not be overlooked for marks not capable of registration on the principal register. To qualify for federal registration on the principal register, a mark must actually be in use in interstate or foreign commerce and be distinctive, which I discussed in the last episode. For anticipated marks not currently in use, U.S. trademark law permits the filing of an application based on a bona fide intent to use that mark in commerce. However, the registration will not be complete until the registrant is able to demonstrate actual use of that mark in commerce. There certainly are other factors that the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office considers when determining if a mark is capable of federal registration. For example, marks consisting of immoral or deceptive material or resembling marks already registered are not registrable. Marks not capable of federal registration might be registrable at the state level in those states in which they are used. However, the protection afforded by state registration is much more limited than federal registration. Again, although it might appear simple, trademark clearance and registration is not always a straightforward process. It's a good idea to meet with experienced trademark counsel early in the branding process. DeSalvo and Levine has created a complimentary trademark services guide that contains general information about trademarks, including the clearance and registration process and pricing for frequently requested services. Our trademark services guide is available on our website at www.desalvolevine.com/services or via the link above. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to DLTV for more videos on entertainment business basics and additional information about DeSalvo and Levine PLLC.